Alright guys, it's a rainy Thursday, so we're back here with another video. This is a question I get all the time, and unlike some other questions that I get here at the gym, it actually is a decent question. There's some merit to it. My cat's joining us in the video, so here we go. Alright, how strong should you get? What should you shoot for? Right? Point number one, the simplest answer, just get stronger. Alright, stronger than you are now. But let's dive into it a little further. If you're a novice, start off with your NLP, because all the stuff's irrelevant if you haven't done that first, right? You have no idea what you're capable of. You have no idea what's going to happen. Push yourself a little bit, run your NLP, see where you end up. Some guys might wind up deadlifting 500 for 5 within 6 months. Some guys might wind up deadlifting 500 for 1 after 5 years of like very serious programming and training. And that's just the way it is. All right, so it's kind of arbitrary in some ways, the numbers, but there are averages, and you can kind of place where you're going to fall based off that. I'll probably make a follow-up video to this about the factors that determine how strong you can actually get. I'll go into depth with that in that video. But anyways, for this video, we get some simple benchmarks by demographic, right? Because it's not the same for everyone. There's men, there's women, and there's old guys. Those are the three primary demographics. And in general, these are some good numbers to shoot for to start out with, right? The 1,000-pound club / 600-pound club. So for guys, it's a 1,000-pound club. For the women, it's 600-pound club, and is the total of your squat, press, and deadlift. So you try to get that over 1,000 pounds. You can also do squat, bench, and deadlift, but that's a little more cringe because the bench is a little more cringe than the press. So be a real man. Do your squats, presses, and deadlifts and get a 1,000-pound total. So for example, that would be like a 500-pound deadlift, a 300-pound squat, because I guess you just have a really weak squat, and a 200-pound press, right? So that's 1,000 pounds altogether. That's a good goal to shoot for. Most guys can get there within like a year, I would say. A little bit of intermediate programming is going to get you there. It's not too challenging. Good goal. For ladies, 600 pounds. I forget if the consensus is like 600 or 650, but somewhere in that range, because that basically gives you, a 300-pound deadlift, 200-pound squat, 100-pound press, somewhere in that territory. Those are pretty solid numbers. Beyond that, we've got the sticker club, right? This one is for real serious folks. For the men, the boys, we got a 500-pound deadlift, a 400-pound squat, a 300-pound bench press, and a 200-pound press. And for the ladies, respectively, 315, 225, 155, 100. And so I usually also tell old guys that just shoot for like the lady numbers. If you're like 60 plus generally, and you haven't trained in the past, usually this is going to be a good goal. Another kind of in between for old guys. And also like an intermediary for younger guys is just get to like 1 plate, 2 plates, 3 plates, 4 plates. So 135 press, 225 bench, 315 squat, 4 or 5 deadlift. That's probably, around the same timeline as the 1,000-pound club, because your lifts are going to be kind of in that ballpark. Actually probably a little weaker, because you're probably pressing closer to 200 by the time you hit the 1,000-pound club. But yeah, so those are pretty good goals to shoot for in the start. And the sticker club, in general, takes most average people about 2 years, I would say. Maybe a little bit less. I guess on average it'd be 2 years then, yeah. Because some people a little bit less, people a little bit more. That's kind of what an average is all about, isn't it? Right? So that's your sticker club. In general, for guys, you're going to be weighing about like 200 pounds if you hit that, which takes me to my next topic, the body weight metrics, right? So for a 200-pound guy, these are exactly the percentages of these sticker club lifts. If you're lighter or heavier than 200, I would err more towards the body weight, personally. I mean, like at the end of the day, as Rick likes to say, strong is strong. If we have a 400-pound guy deadlifting 600, he's stronger than the 185-pound guy deadlifting 585. Sure. But a lot of people care about not being fat and disgusting when hitting these numbers. So if you care about that, you can go with body weight metrics. So if you're heavier than 200, if you're like 250, that would be a 250 press. What is that? 375 bench. It's like a 500 squat, and then what is that, 125? So like a 625 deadlift, something like that, 600, which is pretty reasonable for a guy weighing, mid 200s, I think. And if you're 300 pounds, then go even further. Which takes me into my next little category right here, beyond the sticker club, right? You've heard of Beyond 531. You've heard of Bed Bath & Beyond. Now we got Beyond the sticker club. The 300, 400, 500, 600, right? This one is pretty sweet right here, all right? This is my lifetime goal, I think. This should be your lifetime goal if you are an average guy. I'm slightly below average. I just want everyone to know that. So when I finally hit it, it'll be like, oh, he was slightly below average, so it's more impressive. But this is very difficult to attain, very challenging. 300-pound press, 400-pound bench, 500-pound squat, 600-pound deadlift. I think I can do the squat and the bench press for sure at some point. The 300-pound press, that's going to be a tough one because the press is the first sticker lift that I hit, actually, 200. But 200, 300 is a long way for the press, all right? That's going to be tough. But yeah, that for most guys, 3, 4, 5, 6 is like you have to train pretty darn seriously for a long, long time, like 5 to 10 years for the average guy. It also depends on when you start. If you start younger, it might be a little bit easier. If you start later, it's going to be more difficult, but it can be done. It can be done for the average guy. This is like if you dedicate a serious amount of time across your prime athleticism, physical shape, whatever, you can reach these lifts. 400, 500, 600, 700. Now we're getting way up there. This is like maybe if you are maybe like a mid 200s kind of guy and you do the same thing. Great example, Chase Lindley. We know about the 405 press. If you look at his Instagram, he's got some 600 squats on there. The heaviest deadlift I could find was the 730 deadlift that he posted. I don't know about the bench. I think he's not there yet, but he's going to get there at some point probably. But yeah, Chase is, I don't know that much about him, but I'm pretty sure he's not like a genetic freak. Actually, I'm very sure he's not a genetic freak. I think he's like slightly above average, if anything, as far as his genetics. So he's not like an NFL player, this guy, right? So kind of falls into the average guy category, right? So if you train for, he's been training for at least 10 years. And he started when he was like 12 or 13 or something crazy like that. So this is what you can do if you start and just, dedicate a serious amount of time to training and take it very seriously. You can hit those kind of lifts, right? Also, he's around like 250, so that helps to get to there. If you're, more average size, like 200, this is more reasonable. But, you should still push for that. Why not? No reason not to. Perhaps it can be done. Perhaps a little pharmacology, right? You can take a little steroids if you want to. I don't recommend it personally, but, that's also going to help you get stronger as well, obviously. But again, not recommended. All right. And then we got the champion powerlifter category. We got question marks for the press because they don't actually press. But these lifts are basically like John Hack, 600, 700, 800. The reason I included this is because, if you're watching this video, like you're not concerned with that. But it just gives you perspective as to what the human body is capable of and what people can accomplish. So if John Hack competing at quote unquote 198, he really weighs like 220 when he's competing because of the way they do the weigh-ins. But if he can hit these numbers at 220, like, this is not a huge ask, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? But yeah, that just gives you some perspective there. If he can do that, you can lift like literally half of that, I think. So some people, they get in their head like, oh, the sticker club, that's going to take me like 10 years. And it's, it's not that hard if you just dedicate yourself, gain a little bit of body weight, get a little bit of fat. No reason not to do that. But yeah, I think I'll follow this video up with the video about the factors that determine how strong you can get. So if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this motivates you to get out there and get strong. Okay, see you guys later.